Poor people get a lot of help from U.S. programs like food stamps by stateline.org, November 12th, 2014. And this is the Level 7 article. Washington. New numbers measuring poverty in America show the huge help government programs provide to poor households, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, the government agency that counts Americans. More than 50% of older Americans would be poor without Social Security. Instead, just 14.6% are. Food stamps cut the rate of poor people of all ages by about 10%, and even more among those under 18. Tax credits, many of which help the working poor, bring down the number of children living in poverty by more than a quarter. The poverty level for an American family of four was 23,624 in 2013. A family living on less is considered poor. The poverty level is calculated only on income, but the supplemental poverty measure factors in government help. This measure adjusts for the value of programs such as welfare, Social Security, and food stamps. The new poverty numbers also factor in the cost of living and medical costs in different areas of the country. A family making $30,000 a year, or even a bit more than that, is considered poor in expensive areas such as Honolulu, Hawaii, Washington, D.C., and parts of California. Reducing the poverty rate. The official rate of Americans living in poverty in 2013 was 14.6%, or 45.8 million people. The supplemental poverty rate was higher at 15.5%, equal to 48.7 million Americans. It's hard to tell how much government programs reduce poverty in each state, yet it is possible to calculate the ways people in each state benefit from some of the most important programs. 13 states and the District of Columbia were poorer under the supplemental measure than they were under the official number. California had the biggest difference. The others were Hawaii, New Jersey, Florida, Nevada, Maryland, Virginia, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Alaska, New York, Illinois, and the District of Columbia. In 26 states, poverty rates under the supplemental measure were lower than the official numbers. The states with the biggest differences were New Mexico, Mississippi, Kentucky, West Virginia, Montana, Idaho, South Dakota, and Oklahoma. The Census Bureau numbers show how far the different programs help reduce the poverty rate. They calculate what the poverty rate would have been without the benefit. For example, without Social Security, the percentage of all Americans living below the poverty rate would have been 9 percentage points higher. School lunches help. National school lunch programs reduce the numbers of poor children by 1 percentage point. Even small programs such as the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program left a dent. It pays each household an average of about $500 to help with power and heating bills. Tax credits are also a powerful anti-poverty measure. The most well-known is the Earned Income Tax Credit, EITC. It gives money for single people and couples with low to moderate incomes, so taxpayers can get cash back if their taxes are lower than expected. It added up to more than $65 billion last year. Many states have similar credits that are not included in the supplemental measure. Mississippi claimed more than $1 billion from the EITC. Mississippi taxpayers who received the credit got an average of $2,817 compared to the average of $2,300 for the whole country. Residents of Vermont had the lowest average payment at just under $1,900. The effect of benefits on a state's poverty rate depends on how many people in the state receive them. For example, almost 1 in 4 West Virginians are on Social Security. Last year, West Virginia received a total of $524 million in Social Security payments. If that money was spread out among all the state's residents, whether on Social Security or not, it would amount to $282 per capita or per person. Only 1 in 10 residents of Alaska receive Social Security. In Alaska, Social Security payments totaled $97 million or $133 per person. The benefits of food stamps also vary by state. States where a high percentage of the population is enrolled, such as Mississippi, saw more than $330 in food stamp payments per capita. In Wyoming, it was less than $100 per person.